Good morning, all. I'm going to read Jeremiah 10. I want you to see if you can hear, if you have ears to hear, what this is talking about. Jeremiah 10:1. Hear the word which Yah speaks to you, O house of Israel. Thus says Yah, do not learn the way of the Gentiles. Do not be dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the Gentiles are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are fertile. For one cuts a tree from the forest, the work of the hands of a workman with the axe. They decorate it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and hammers, so that it will not topple. They are upright like a palm tree, and they can't speak. They must be carried because they cannot go by themselves. Do not be afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, nor can they do any good. Yah is telling you, if you don't have ears to hear, and if you don't, it's because you have not repented from Christmas, you have not repented from doing Easter, and you're not in covenant. He is not going to show you anything until you're in covenant with him, which is spoken of in Ephesians 2:12. Here, let's go read that now, so that way there's no confusion. Ephesians 2:12. That at that time you were without the Messiah, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without God in the world. So if you continue to call yourself a Gentile, if you continue to stay out of covenant, yes, you are a Gentile. Yes, you are disobedient. This is what your Father has wanted from you since you were born. It's the whole purpose of your life, is to follow him and to find the lost sheep. We are the last generation of God's wrath, or we are the generation of God's wrath, should I say. And people need to freaking wake up. You need to wake up. Get out of the freaking church, because they're doing nothing but lying to you. Think about it. The whole world celebrates Christmas and Easter. The whole world. And what did he say in Jeremiah 10? Do not follow the ways of the heathen. And what has this whole world been doing? Exactly what he told us not to do. And we wonder why there is so much evil in this world, and we wonder why there is talking about wars, why the earthquakes are getting worse. That's why. You're disobedient. And he is going to punish your disobedience in one way, shape, or form. You will have to pay for being disobedient. You know, when you have children, we expect our children to be obedient. We expect our children to do as we tell them. He's no different. God is no different. He expects the same as we would our own children, to do as you're told. And unfortunately, you have been lied to your whole life through the church, saying that the Old Testament is done away with, or that all the law was nailed to the cross, when it wasn't even a cross, it was a tree. But they put that in the Bible so that you would form an image and you would also worship that image. Yeah, it is very important to understand these scriptures. And the only way you're going to understand the New Testament is to first understand the Old Testament, because that's what they were referring back to, since that's all they had. So Yeshua, the Messiah, taught off of the first 5 books of the Bible. So because the Messiah taught off of the first 5 books of the Bible, why do we think that we don't have to read that now? Why do we think that that doesn't apply to us now? Because you've been lied to. That's why. You've been lied to. You haven't searched out the truth for yourself. And that's what we are called to do. We're called to search the scriptures. Be a Berean. Search the scriptures as they did. Because if you say you know something, but you haven't searched it out, you know nothing. You're ignorant. And his people are going to perish for a lack of knowledge. Wake up, people. If you're reading the scriptures and you're not understanding something, seek someone who has the truth and ask. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door will be opened unto you. If you're not in the scriptures every day, reading, furthering your knowledge, you're stuck in this world. And you're doing everything that he said not to do. If you are of this world, the world hears you. The world understands you. You know why? Because you do the exact same things that the world is doing. Christmas, Easter, getting your nails done, getting them fake friggin' eyelashes, wearing revealing clothing. These are all things that the world is doing. And we are told to be a particular people, meaning we're supposed to look different. How are we looking different than the rest of the world if we're doing everything that the world is doing? The ones that cannot hear me, you cannot hear me because you cannot hear him. Speaking of the Messiah, you're stuck in the world and you need to come out of it. Come out of the church. Come out of the evil system, because it's going to be a spring event. Now, this spring is over, so we know it isn't this year. But it's coming soon. Before you know it, next spring will be here. And I can guarantee you, by that time, this world has had some changes. And it's only going to continue to change from here, this point out. Which is why it's so important. I pray that you wake up. I pray that you seek his face. Because nobody can do it but you. And why would he want to get to know you if you're not putting any effort into getting to know him and his son? Why would he show you anything? Wake up, people. Wake up. Time is running out.